Hello dreamers, and welcome back to another Diamond Painting 101 tutorial video. In today's episode, we cover the topic to seal or not to seal. Natalia discusses ways in which you can seal or whether or not it's really necessary for a Dreamer Designs diamond painting. She'll take you through the process step by step and show you the best way to seal your diamond painting so that you don't lose the sparkle. Let's go ahead and jump right in, but before we do, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos.
Hello dreamers, welcome back for video tutorial with Natalia 101. And we have a topic for today's video: what to do with your diamond painting when you finish. How would you like to seal it? And then this is a question that many time I can hear this on my YouTube channel, on Facebook pages. Everybody worry what to do with diamond painting when you already finish and you hear that somebody's sealing with something and you don't know what to do because you are a beginner, and actually this can be very confusing. But here it is for disclaimer, guys. If you have at least one diamond painting from Dreamer Design, please do not seal them. You will hear me screaming through the camera, no, don't do it. These diamonds are so good because the glue is good and it doesn't have a pop and drills. If you don't have pop and drills, you don't need to seal it. You just put in a frame and hang the wall, enjoy the sparkles. So what you have to do if you have a problem canvas, that could be a very big problem because the drills will just come down from your painting and not stay sturdy on the glue. And I do have that problem canvas that we're gonna work on it today, and I will show you tutorial from beginning to the end what you need to do. But you need to remember, if you go for a cheapest version of how to seal your diamond painting, you don't know how the product will react in the process year, 2 years from now. It could be start yellowing. So if you think you got this good for cheap and it's sparkle, in few years from now your diamonds could be dull and the cover start to get yellow. So in this tutorial we're gonna use resin, this clear resin, finish, shiny and beautiful, glossy look. And we're gonna have a two I will show you later in the end, two ways what you can do. But make sure even to ask manufacturer, don't hesitate to email them and ask how your product will be 2 years from now, for example. If it's gonna be still clear, not gonna get matte or yellow color, because some products have ability to change the color, even the glues or Mod Podge, maybe whatever you're using. So in today's video we're gonna talk about this resin that I'm just showed to you. We're gonna do tutorial and some project that I have sealed years before is still clear. So I think this is like the best, I would say, product to use. A little bit more trouble, but it's not as complicated as it looks like. You just have to gather all the product together, and literally you can do like in half an hour or like 15 minutes and seal your diamond painting. So if you are ready, let's go to the lab. So here's on the table all materials that we will have to use in this video tutorial. First thing first, guys, safety is first. Keep away your kids from this room and make sure your room is good ventilated, because after all this is a toxic product and you don't want to breathe with this. Also you don't want to accidentally splash in your eyes, so for that reason you can use some safety glasses. You can definitely use the cheapest mask, it's okay. If you have a more fancy one, it's better, but definitely use some mask. It is very stinky. Now this is the main thing that we need, and this is clear resin. Make sure when you purchase your resin read very well. Sometimes they have a yellow undercolor, and that would yellow in your diamonds. So make sure it says absolutely like clear cast. There has a different types of resin, and also different factory and different settings of the cure. So it could be 24 hours, could be 47 to 72 hours, could be 12. Some resin you can cure under the UV lamp. So it's different. Always you have to read instruction, how to use, how to measure. Everything you need, it's in here, and today we're gonna use two parts, part A and part B of the resin. Now to measure this, we're gonna use this silicone cup, and I just purchased this one because from the silicone cup you can easy to pour by squeezing your resin. Also it could be reusable many times. If you're using just a regular plastic cup, as I did recently tutorial on a plastic cup, obviously that's it, you are stuck. And don't forget that you have to use something not fancy, something cheap that you can throw away, because obviously this is gonna be one use only. So for that reason, find some brushes that you can just throw away later. This one from dollar store. You can use some sponges like this, or you can use some brush, could be bigger brush. I used up my bigger brush last time, I throw away, and I kind of forgot to buy the other one. So I will use both of this. Also I will use some used credit card, and you will see why, but it definitely will be a good help for our tutorial. Next, what we will need for our diamond painting to seal, we will need protect our hands. Not only you can mess up with your fancy nails if you have some, but also you don't want this chemical to get on your hands. It is gonna harden very strong, and you will have to peel it together with the skin. Always use rubber gloves. Now we will need also, just for in case, tools, our tweezers, our pick stylist. Why you need this? Just for in case you have to fix some diamonds. After all, we are gonna fix our diamond that has very bad popping. And then we might need some toothpicks. Definitely plastic, not plastic, this is wooden one. Also you can have plastic sticks to mix our resin. And then we will need also this tool to roll our diamonds to begin with. This is like a number one, you have to do this. Also you need your magnifying glass. And why you need this? Before you even start on your diamond painting to seal, you will have to go with magnifying glass with your pair of tweezers and take all the fur you can find from your cat, your dog, your own hair, your fluff from your clothes. No matter how you careful and how hard you're trying to keep your diamond painting clean, you will always find residue or some kind of fiber stick to your diamonds. So before you seal, make sure you go inch by inch with magnifying glass and clean your diamonds really nice, because when you pour resin and you forget to do this, you will see that under the resin, and trust me, it's not gonna be pretty. So we will need this to start with. Now also we will need some, you can use, I used this in my previous video to measure these little tiny cups. I did this part A, I write down in here, part A. Also I match my sticks in here, and this one is for the part B. You can use this, but because of my cup, I have measurements in here. So I'm gonna use put one part and the second part to 100. We will do 100, so I will use 50 of part A and another 50 part B, and I'm gonna mix in 1 cup. That way I can have a less mess in here. Now what else we will need, it's a heat gun. This heat gun is from Michael's Store Craft. If you don't have a Michael's in your store, you can find them on Amazon, on eBay. There's lots of them, cheaper, more expensive, different colors, but this is definitely good to have, because your resin will be bubbles, air bubbles trap on. You need to get rid of those bubbles, because when resin dry you will see bubbles on it. And for the example, I can show you later some other canvas that I have. And you can actually, the good thing about the silicone cup, that you can get rid of some bubbles by heating up your resin from this side in the cup. If you would do this with this cup will melt, because this heat gun is really hot, and you have to do quick and careful not to burn your hands, of course. So now the other thing what we need to prepare our table where we're gonna do actual tutorial and our sealing with the resin. Your table supposed to be absolutely flat and leveled, so that's why we need a level. We need to measure our table this way, make sure the bubbles is right in the center, because if you don't have your surface straight, the resin will slide down and it's not going to be pretty, because one side is going to be thicker and cover all your diamonds, which we don't want to do that, and the other side will be thin. Now for disclaimer, I'm gonna tell you guys that we don't need to seal diamond painting from Dreamer's Design, and if you're planning to do this, I'm gonna just tell you not to. These diamonds will go nowhere. If you do not order from Dreamer Design canvases yet, please try at least one, and you will see why you don't need to seal these diamonds. They don't have a popping at all, and they are the most shiny, sparkly drills ever. So when you cover them with resin, they're not gonna be as pretty anymore. You will cover at least 50% of the sparkle, and you want to keep them all open. So please do not seal your Dreamer Design canvases. But for this example, I will seal with you one of my canvases from AliExpress. So I think we got in here everything what we need. Now I will clean my table. I will investigate my canvas with magnifying glass off the camera, so I don't waste your time. And when it's all clean and I don't have any fur or anymore, I will come back with you and we're gonna continue our tutorial. Part number 2 is the process of work itself. So as you can see, my bubble in here level is right in the middle, and you have to measure this way and this way. Table, make sure it's level so resin don't slide down. Now after I did my work with magnifying glass, and this is the canvas that we're gonna work on, so after I make sure there's no fur left up there, we have to do, I'm using a parchment paper, and I will try one more time to press my drills into the canvas. But this canvas are so bad that it's like, I would say 60% of beads are coming out. Very, very bad. Which you will have never this much. You will not have problems at all with Dreamer's Design canvases, guys. So when you shop in some questionable stores, that's what you're gonna get. And that's what I got. And this canvas is really, really, really bad. So now, even I already rolled many times, the beads from this canvas still will pop out, even when we're gonna put resin, and it probably will come out right behind my brush. But we will try as best as possible to work with. So now we're gonna mix our resin. I'm gonna put this aside. Okay, so I have my gloves on. I'm gonna put my glasses just for in case. And also normally I would put mask, but because I'm gonna talk to you, I guess I'm gonna inhale these fumes, but just because, so you can hear me, guys. So we're gonna mix of these parts. I'm gonna use my measuring cup, and I will put part 1 50 and part B till 100, so it's gonna be even 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm gonna look to the level eyes so I can see what is going on, and we will measure, because this is a big canvas, so I will try to make it. Might be gonna be too much, I don't know. If it's too much, then I will create something, you know, something different. You can get ready silicone molds. If you feel like you make too much, you can create some different molds with rest of your resin. And I'm just being very careful. Okay, I think we are good with this part, and I'm gonna add to 100 part B. Alright, make sure you do even parts, otherwise your resin not gonna cure properly. And we are done. There. Now we have to mix this as direction on your box. My box says that we have to mix this product for 2 minutes, guys. So I will be mixing this for 2 minutes, and I will make sure that my resin is all mixed. I will scrape the sides, I will scrape the bottom, and I will mix and mix. Doesn't have to be viciously fast. You just have to make sure these two products will mix very well together. So I will get back to you when I mix this mixture, and we're gonna continue to pour this mixture on a canvas. So we're gonna stir, stir, and stir for 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Alright, so I stir for 2 minutes. As you can see, it creates lots of bubbles up there. So we're gonna eliminate some bubbles with the heat gun, and I'm gonna put a little bit into my cup, and I don't know how much you're gonna see, but the bubbles is popping as I go, but we can't pop all the bubbles, so we're gonna have to pour on a canvas and do later when it's finished. So what I'm going to do, I think, because this canvas are so bad, I literally gonna pour. Okay, I want you to see, let me move a little bit in here. I'm gonna pour a line like this, and this is why I said good to have like a old credit card or gift card, because I'm gonna try to spread it out with this one, and it's gonna be much faster than brush. Also, I'm kind of pressing at the same time my beads to the canvas, just like that, see? And then in here, on those edges in here that I didn't reach, I'm gonna pull from the side later on. I just want to cover as much as possible, and I want to do just to the last line of the bead. I'm not going over my last bead, because that way the resin would slip away. So I will do the later. Literally, you just grab it and just go. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing I don't know if I'm gonna use my spongy brush or not, but this is what I'm gonna do so far because I have lots of resin in here. So it's most likely it's gonna be lots of coverage, but this canvas, guys, are so bad. And what I know this, and I'm gonna tell you that I see already I'm missing a bead in here. It fell out somewhere. So after I pour this resin, I will run upstairs. Right now I'm downstairs room because nobody would come in here to keep away all this fumes from family and pets. Make sure the safety is always first. So I will go and grab some kind of matching gray drill to cover that space that my bead already fell out, and I didn't even do nothing yet. See how this canvas are absolutely disaster. I will try to spread it out as much as possible. The thinner layer will be, then it's mean more beads gonna stick it out and not hiding under the resin. So, and I already see that I made way too much resin, which I have another canvas problematic, even two of them, but I'm definitely not gonna have time to cover them all. So I will be creating from leftovers something else. I'm just gonna put in some molds, and so here go. This way is really fast because you pull in lots of resin at the same time with your card. With the brush it would be a little bit longer. Just keep going, spread it out. And I see that it's gonna be too much coverage in here, but don't worry. If you don't want to lose your beads all the time, this is something that you have to do. Unless, like I said, guys, our gems in Dreamers Design beads, you don't have to do any of this. And I would suggest not to seal them because they are beautiful, and basically you're just gonna ruin it if you're gonna seal our diamonds. It's just gonna lose the sparkle, and this canvas will lose sparkle as well. But instead of losing the drills all the time like I already lost it right now, so it just to make a sense, you know, to do what I'm doing right now. So now I'm gonna, wish I could kind of zoom a little bit. Let me try it. Okay, so I'm gonna do, you see how much of the resin? I'm gonna try to pull all the way like this all over the canvas. Make sure my resin went all the way to those grooves, okay? And I see that it's too much resin in here, and my edges, for example, not as much covered. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pull my resin like this, and left over what I have, I'm just gonna put back in the cup because I don't need that much resin. I wanna have as less as possible, just enough to go inside of those grooves between the resin, between the drills, sorry about that. But I don't want to cover too much of my drills. I don't want them to be like in a puddle of the resin. I want them to stick it out. So this is what I'm gonna do. As you can see, you see how much is it right now. It's a lot, but I will go do, before I pull out the leftover of the resin, I will go by the edges and go just to my last bead row. I'm not gonna cover last bead outside. I'm just gonna pull resin and cover right between my second last one and last one, right between them. That way bead will sealed, but resin will not go over the border. So this is long process, but this is something that we have to do if we want to keep our beads in place. Okay, so guys, I will see you in a little bit when I finish cover all my canvas, and I'm gonna show you the results before cure. And then we have to leave this canvas for at least 24 hours to 72. It depends how hot your room, how much resin thickness you put on your canvas, the humidity where you live, the time curing of your resin. Everything is applying, you know, it could be different. If your house is too warm, it might be cure gonna be faster. If your house cold, it will be different. So it's all about temperature in your house and company of your product, because it does have a different timing of setting. So yes, this is what I'm gonna do, play around, and I might well go even with this sponge that I have, because this one will kind of suck out the most of the resin and leave me as less as possible. So after I pull all the way with my brush, make sure all my drills is covered, then I will go with this and take away and scrub it into my cup the rest of, and I can use on some different project. So I will do this and I will come back with you after I done at least this process. Alright, so I'm done in this process. So literally I went now with my sponge and I dab it out as much as possible. I go up and down, but I want to finish, doesn't go this way, just in case I will see my strokes later. I go only in one direction, and then I just put leftovers, scrub it out from here, and this sponge kind of pick it up very good. I know it's gonna be almost everything is covered, but that's okay. With this canvas I don't feel sorry about it, because I need to be sealed. So what we're gonna do now, the next step after we done this, I'm gonna put this aside and we're gonna grab a gun heat, and we will try to get rid of with this any bubbles left in the resin. And I know there's lots of gonna be in here bubbles, we just cannot see them. Heat will help to pop them. And I can see already how bubbles is popping, because when they go like between those beads and create air, bubble air, so this heat gun will eliminate that as much as possible. And I can see actually how those air bubbles is popping right now. It's very visible. Too bad you cannot see that, of course, but I have to do this all the way around. Don't stay on one spot, just go quickly so you don't melt your canvas. And I think we are pretty much almost done in here. Just a few, maybe tiny more bubbles left. Okay, so what I gonna do now? Now I'm gonna try one more time to pick a little bit more, because now when I pop bubbles, the resin got a little bit warmer, so I will use this moment to pick it up a little bit more of the resin off my canvas, kind of like sponge it out, and then I will do heat gun again. And I feel it that my resin already warming up, so I have to quickly finish to put something to some other mold, so I don't waste all this resin. So that's it, guys. This is how we do it. Now I'm gonna leave this to dry. Right now it's evening. Overnight we will check in the morning and see our progress, but you're not supposed to touch it at least for 24 hours or more if you can, to make sure it's cured absolutely 100%. So now, since I sponge it out a little bit, I'm gonna do again, just for in case I created few bubbles with my sponge. And then I'm gonna add my missing bead. I think there's the only one right now fall out that I lost it while I was transporting this diamond paint into this room. Okay, we are done in this tutorial for now, and I will see you at least in the morning. In 12 hours from now we're gonna check for the first time. It has been 10 hours so far. The canvas is still sticky. You cannot touch it till it's fully dry. But here it is. Let me show you a little bit close how this looks like so far. I'm gonna zoom and we will check it out. Right now canvas on my painter's canvas top. As you can see, it's still kind of look wet, but that's actually how it's gonna look like later. But in some places a little bit more resin than another, but it's all covered. The gems will go nowhere, but this is how it looks like. And I will not touch this canvas for another probably 24 hours or so. Right now, like, it's still flexible a little bit, but I'm not gonna disturb too much. And definitely you need, on this kind of size of canvas, I would say this canvas probably 40 by 50, I think, and the 100 ml of resin was way too much. I think around 50-60 would be more than enough to finish. And how do you know when resin is ready? When your cup resin start to coming out. Like this one is already, see how easy to peel from the silicone containers. That's what good to mix for. But the resin is still tacky. So I'm just gonna leave, and this is my kind of indicator when it's ready, when it's peel out and it's hard as a glass. That's how I know my canvas is gonna be ready as well. So that's why it's handy, guys, and I'm gonna show you a little tip. Always have a handy silicone molds somewhere. So I have, it's like a 50 ml was left over, so I just pour in my diamonds a silicone mold, throw some glitter in it, and I just have to wait till it's cured. And this is like a shape of the diamonds. I don't want to disturb too much, trying to keep it straight. So always have a handy. If you work with resin, you have to have some kind of molds, because they're always going to be left over of the resin. Now, unless you mix in a little by little. So far, it's okay. I know now for sure that I'm not going to lose any diamonds. So I will check with you back in another at least maybe 10 hours or so, and hopefully the surface will be good to touch and not sticky anymore. And here's the canvas, trying to catch the sun. It's been cloudy lately. This is our drills area. It's not covered all the way, and I just want to show you that with resin it's still, you're gonna have a great sparkles. And guys, this is not fully dry yet. Hopefully no flies or bugs will stick into it, because I'm in a very backyard trying to get sunshine. And you can see it is still sparkle good. I don't know which way would be better. So as you can see, this looks beautiful, right? Now I know my drills not will pop off the canvas. I still will have sparkles. If you try to look for different solution how to seal diamond painting, you will get cheaper, but will it be better or not? Because if you get some cheaper product, don't forget that with time the product can get yellow. Resin will stay pure clear if you buy one that is clear, not the one that is yellow. And as you can see, it still sparkles nicely, but beads, let's see this angle, they are still sticking out, not fully covered, but I did put a lot. I should do less, but that was, look how they are sparkle good. So I think I'm happy with this, and I hope you like my tutorial. All right. Wow, so what do you think, guys? How do you like this tutorial? I was looking for the sparkles. It was rainy days in here and I just couldn't get the sun to show you, but finally sky cleared up a little bit and I got lucky to capture a few of the sparkles. And now I'm just gonna show you that if you work with the squishy silicone container to put your resin, on the end it will be coming out easy, of course, with the brush, but it stays, you see how it's clear and it's coming out from your cup very easily. Of course the brush, it's a garbage now, so when you do this, remember the cheapest product you can use that better, like the brushes for example, you can get from dollar store, because you will have to throw away on the end. Now this diamond painting now cure for about 50 hours or so, and here it is, because when I was showing you outside it was still tacky. Now it's hard to touch, it's not sticky anymore. And I do have actually here on the painter's canvas, the one that has wooden board on the back, so I think it would be great idea for me to just glue into this canvas, and that's it. I can hang on the wall just as it is. So let's see if we can get a little bit more for you view how this looks like now. It's not gonna be as sparkle right now because not enough light, but it is hard to touch. And if I show you this way, you see it's like it's sturdy, but it's still bendable. See, I can still bend, but don't bend too much. We don't want to create cracks, but it's a beautiful canvas for right now to just glue to any surface, or even add something in here and just hang as it is. So this one we can see the diamonds, we still see them, and they are sparkle. Now the other ways which you can do, and I have a little tiny example of 15 by 15 centimeters, and you can see this is the absolutely glossy, looks like a glass. because all diamonds cover under the resin 100%. Nothing is looking through. And I sprinkle a little bit of the glitter, you probably can see it, but the reflection of the ring light you can see. So if you want this kind of finish, glassy and sparkle, you can create that by pouring resin fully cover, but it will kill your sparkle of the drills 100%. You're not gonna see them. And this was round drills actually. So I think the best way, and it's my favorite, and I still have two canvases like this, trouble canvases to go, and I will do exactly same way, but maybe mix less resin, so I can do little portions so my resin still applicable better, and do portions by portions and put even less resin with the brush, not like pour and smudge it out, but just to brush it out. But I think it looks great. So if you like this tutorial, please don't forget to leave me a comment. And if you have some suggestions for next videos, I would love to hear from you, and that would give me an idea what kind of videos would you like to have. Maybe you have some questions, requests, please do so. But I said, and I will repeat all the time, please do not seal our canvases from Dreamer Design, because you will not have a problems of fallen drills. They don't have a pop-in drills. So if you have a perfect canvas that nothing is wrong with it, do not seal. Just keep the original sparkles 100%, because no matter how much resin you put, a little bit or more, it will at least 50% cover drills and sparkle will be gone. So guys, I thank you so much for staying with me this video, and I love you all. Drill with passion, smile, sparkle, and I wish you all good day. See you next week.
Alright dreamers, that's it. That's how you seal your diamond paintings. Please keep in mind that we do have a lifetime warranty on all of our Dreamer Designs diamond paintings. So if for any reason any of your diamonds fall out, or they don't last a lifetime like you wish they could, then you can let us know and give us an email at support@dreamerdesigns.com. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. Goodbye for now. Remember to paint with passion and have a fabulous week. Goodbye.